And 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Yes, yes. Here we go. Everything is ready. Nice. Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show, to this series of webinar that we are doing at PRNEWS.io. So we had a webinar about email marketing with Smiley, amazing guys from Estonia. Then we talked about content marketing, and then we had a webinar where I spoke about ChatGPT, AI, the AI revolution, and how people that are working in PR and content marketing can benefit from it. And today, we will speak about marketing in B2B and in a really specific industry that is iGaming. But I won't be alone today, but I will have some special guests from Altenar. Here we go. Hello there, Elena, Sarah. Here we go. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear us?
Nice, nice, nice. It's great to have you here. So, Ashley, creative manager, Sarah, this marketing assistant, and Elena, head of PR and events in Altenar. So, please introduce yourself. Tell us more about your company and what are you doing. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you, PR News, for inviting us. We are very glad to be here.
It's a
And
pleasure.
thank you, everyone who is joining. My name is Elena Deb. I'm head of PR and events at Altenar. I was working previously in BBDO. It's a big advertising agency. They have offices around the world with very big brands and stuff. So, but now I moved to the clients part. So I work in the company in B2B marketing at Altenar. And I can tell you a few words about what Altenar is doing. I have a presentation here for you.
Yes. And now it's online.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So basically, now I'm working in the software sportsbook provider. It's a
Mhm.
industry and it's exclusively B2B company. That's why the topic of today's presentations is what are the challenges for B2B marketer in gaming industry, first of all.
Mhm.
So I think, shall we introduce Sarah?
So I'm
Yeah.
Sarah. I'm here with Elena, and we're in Malta right now. And I'm a marketing assistant. I have experience in now B2B, and prior to that, I was doing B2C in Switzerland, as well as event planning and other things along that line.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Ashley, what about you?
So hello, I'm Ashley and I'm the creative manager for Altena. Previously, I worked in crypto doing sort of a similar position as a senior copywriter. And previously to that, I was a ghostwriter for novels. So a bit of a jump from there to marketing, but still applies through writing.
Mhm.
And with Altena, we create a lot of different types of content from video to written. And I'll be covering some of that today.
Awesome. 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 So let's move on.
Yeah, sure. Let's start. I think the most interesting topic it's B2B marketing and how do we promote ourselves there, because it's quite a narrow area. So, and there are so many challenges that we meet daily, and I wanted to talk about some of them. For example, regulation. Gaming is a highly regulated industry, so every country has their own regulation, and of course, it affects our promotion and marketing. For example, it's affect highly Google and Facebook ads, especially if we choose special keywords when we're promoting, and that's is a limitation. And at the same time, it's very challenging for us, and it's good for our growth, and because it's very interesting to promote things that are limited. Let's say it's actually a dream for every PR person or marketer to work in such industries. Then I will switch to the next slide. Uh, there is also very high competition in our sector. There are a few brands that offering sportsbook, but we are exclusively a B2B company. So highly competition make us choose very, let's say, different approach in our marketing strategy. We have to be different, do different things to be noticeable. So that is another challenge. Next slide. Also, it can affect the perception of gaming industry. That not always it has a good perception, but at the same time, it was been for a long time as entertainment for people. Then we have very limited consumer data. If we think of it, for example, B2C companies, if they make a campaign and then they can immediately see the results. For example, how many uh, betting accounts people open or how much the revenue was. For us, is a bit different because B2B, it's our target group can be, let's say, 10 people, because how many people would like to buy a sports book? It's not comparable to B2C market where we have millions of people. Here we have very small target audience. Then I will go to the next slide. And here I would like to talk about how we evaluate our campaign, because it's not that obvious how we can count our results, let's say. There are, for example, six points that we can focus on. It's leads generation, like, for example, we participated in an expo, and how many leads did we get? And then it's not only to get leads, it's also to convert leads. There are several techniques how we can count. For example, ROI. It's a special metric to measure comparing the cost of campaign and to the revenue. Or else there is CAS. It's another metric where you measure by dividing the total cost of the advertising campaign by the number of new acquired customers. Then brand awareness. It also takes time for a person to decide if they want to buy sportsbook or not. And then it's a complex of things that they can consider. For example, they've seen us at the expo, they've seen us on LinkedIn, they've seen us, they met with our team, or they saw a sponsorship or banner at some event, and then in the complex they can make a decision or make an opinion about us. And then, of course, yes, do you have a question?
No, I was just thinking about this. So you spoke about how you can generate like brand awareness. You spoke about
Mhm.
events, etc., and they are quite difficult to track. So you can, how do you know? How do you understand what was the first contact with the person? Because it's quite difficult in B2B. In B2C, it's easy. Everything is
Yeah.
trackable. You can see from the first touch point until the checkout page and on and on. But here, it's like different. Do you have some specific metrics that you look at, or specific data that you rely on? Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, of course. I think the most relevant channel is feedback from our team because they also can speak to people that approach them to understand how did they know about us. But we use a lot of tools as well in our work daily. For example, the Google Analytics. We use LinkedIn reports. We use media toolkit reports. We check our PR coverage, how many people read our articles, and
Mhm.
all this data we analyze, and then we compare it with the results that we give, and we make a decision. For example, if this expo was good for brand awareness or not, and what can we improve, and so on.
Wow. What when an expo is good for you? So when do you evaluate like an expo like as successful, for example? What is a successful expo for you?
Successful expo where we had a very good exposure as a brand, and where we met a lot of potential clients, but expo works also a lot for our brand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And and of course attendees of this expo are important for us.
Of course, of course,
Mhm.
of course. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I will move forward. And this is actually what I just mentioned. It's different tools like the most liked posts, Google Search Console, positions in search engine optimization, Google Analytics. There we can see the how our post work, how many people liked, what is engagement, how many followers. So like we have all these reports
Mm-hmm.
that we check daily and monthly to see the results. And of course, the most important things to attract good audience is the content. And content can be different. And for us, it's important to produce high quality content because to post just because to post is not very interesting. This is good to give people right insights about what we do, about our products, about testimonials from clients. We do a lot of press release. We do reports on countries, updates on blogs, and social media marketing. Because of course nowadays everyone has a phone, and it's it's very useful for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if we choose digital or print, I think that digital has more potential, especially after COVID time.
Why do you think so? Why are you noticing that print versus digital? Is this
Yeah,
the
it's a good topic because digital you can access from everywhere. You can read it, even the C levels that our target audience. They maybe they are in the plane, maybe they are in a conference. They can check it, but print is a bit more difficult to access, and sometimes people don't have time to read the printed magazines, for example.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, with COVID, we have more online presence, but I would not completely forget about physical contact. I think it's very important to have physical contact. That's why expo are so popular.
Uh, can you name me, for example, some expos that were really successful for you? Why they were successful for you?
I think ICE London is one of the biggest expos that
Mm-hmm.
not only where you can meet people from Europe, but also from LATAM. And SBC Barcelona is very nice expo. iGaming next. There are a lot of very good.
There is one upcoming that maybe you won't miss if you can name some. Just
Uh,
say.
the next ones will be in SBC Toronto and Sigma Americas in Brazil.
Uh-huh. Understood.
Yeah. Also, we work a lot on our search engine optimization. I think it's crucial nowadays with all these technologies, and we do a lot of PR.
But do you speak about SEO? Do you work with backlinks? Do you work with guest posting? What is like the main strategy about SEO for that is
Our,
working? And
actually, our strategy is to be truth and to provide the correct information and to target the keywords, to produce very good content for keywords, and
Mhm,
uh, to give updates and be on the same page, let's say, with the word.
mhm, mhm. And this is like you mentioned digital print, online, and physical events, and SEO, PR. why for example Facebook, Meta, and so the Meta group, LinkedIn is not working for you? What are the struggles with that?
Actually, it works for us as well, but it has different goals, let's say. For example, we work a lot on LinkedIn. We are very active there because it's a truly B2B channel
Mm-hmm.
there as well. But Facebook, in my opinion, is more related to the company culture, to the hiring, to HR brand and stuff. But we also use it. It's a different purpose, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
Really.
so
Mhm.
basically events, they are like a great channel for you. Indeed, we have like we gathered some questions from all the people that are attending or uh,
Mhm.
yeah, that are attending the webinar. And an interesting one is
Mhm.
actually how do I meet qualified customers to move my business forward in this kind of industry. So where can I meet them? But you already answered this question, but
Yeah,
if you can elaborate with.
of course. And also, how do I meet qualified customers? I think one of the best way is to attend the special networking events, like
Mm-hmm,
exclusive events that will attract your potential customers, and not only organized by companies, but also you can organize them themselves.
mm-hmm. Understood, understood. And what about partnerships? Because we have even a question about like
Mhm.
partnerships of like iGaming operators with game providers, so game studios, etc. Do you work with them? What do you do regarding to partnerships?
I think partnership in B2B business is very important because even in the expo, you have so many opportunities to partner with different companies. And I think the main thing to consider here is a win-win situation because you can collaborate together, you can promote each other, and you can help. The referrals also works very well, word of mouth. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's one of the main channels as well.
Understood. Great.
Mhm. So I will pass the word to Ashley to talk more about content. Ashley, it's on to you.
Okay, so this is my area of B2B marketing. So I focus heavily on the content side. So as you can see, written content can be the center point of your B2B marketing tactic. It strengthens brand loyalty, awareness, and voice. And written content as a starting point can lend its structure, layout, and context, as well as its topics to video and infographic forms, while having the written word, blogs, newsletters, reports, white papers, whatever else Elena previously mentioned, and the spoken word at expos and speaking to clients into this sort of synergy and harmony, which is really important. So for me, there are three key points to this that you can implement into your own strategies. So it's structure. So this involves word count, reliability, repeatable layouts, repetition of sayings, phrases, slogans, and any thought leadership points that you would like to emphasize. On the topic of content, sorry. For this, we have several layouts and instances of repetition. We usually publish a weekly newsletter called the Espresso Break. That is a summary of our content, expos that we've attended, and any accompanying images and videos that we have alongside that. And then we have our blog posts that we try to keep beneath 200 to 300 words because B2B moves so quickly. And as Elena said, our audience is C-levels, so they just do not have the time to consume much more than that. So content needs to be concise overall and to the point. PR and print published content can be longer, but this must follow the structure of digestibility, and usually I achieve this through smaller paragraphs. Well, next we have, pardon?
Wow. Okay, there is a lot here.
Sorry,
And
a lot.
that's looks great. And what about also maybe it's a buzzword, but still storytelling in this kind of industry. Uh, I noticed it, and the storytelling B2B and this kind of industry. I guess it's like a hot topic right now. Can you tell us more about it? And are you do you have some takeaways for the people that are watching right now?
So storytelling does have a place in B2B in the sense of, especially for us within our tech articles, where we're offering a solution to a problem, whether this is from our data analysts or other coders in different parts of the company. This is the only place that we would usually use storytelling. I think it's more of a B2C practice than it is necessarily B2B. But yes, if you're talking about the core bolts of technology that we're using, so for us that's AI, machine learning, as I said, data analytics, and all of these different places. And then, yes, it can hold a position, but in 200 to 300 words, what you're really aiming for is getting to the point so they know what they're getting with your company, as opposed to taking them through a walk through the woods necessarily and being like, look here, here, and here. We're just being, here it is.
Nice. So keep it as shorter as possible, bullet points, and go straight to the topic, to the.
For the storytelling also, maybe what I can say is that we make videos about our company time to time, and then maybe we can include some storytelling about, for example, that we opened a new office in Malta, and like what is behind it, what is the idea, what is the company culture. Then yeah,
Yeah,
formal, yeah.
And I see here some persuasive writing tools. Okay, some persuasive words like click here, this, book now. Do you have some takeaways? Because you have a background as a copywriter, as far as I remember. Yeah. And what about persuasion when it comes to writing such articles for people that literally don't have time to read a long content? So you have to be like concise and.
Yeah, so it's basically this, it's to the point explanations. You tend to find that a lot of copy can be over-explanatory, and it isn't necessary for that. So persuasive writing techniques are used in a lot of different industries, politics being one of the top, and B2B. So it's just sort of talking them through this idea of how this ideologically suits their business and how their business is moving forward and how we're going to implement this.
Understood. And are you using, or are you planning to use some AI tools to make the content more persuasive or shorter if you have like.
So we have been dabbling with the idea of ChatGPT. It's something that I've written on with the company in line with one of our data analysts. And we believe that it has applications where it can help us out. So for instance, it could do a lot of research for us that we might not be able to spend the time doing, especially because we move so quick. We make a lot of content at Alternate, and marketing besides that as well. So we believe that ChatGPT can help to, it can help to make things more concise. It can help us reach the points that we're wanting to speak on faster than trolling through Google Scholar, for instance.
Yeah, because sometimes, so I used to read like a lot of blog posts, articles, and to learn more about like my so that about the tasks and the activities that I have to do on a daily basis. And I noticed that there is a lot of content out there on Google that is like really long, but then if you so if you just look at the words that are in bold or that are somehow highlighted, and you can just read those, and you have already the summary of the article, and that's it. And yeah, maybe ChatGPT or other tools, there are like a lot of them out there. We even had created a webinar about it, and yeah, they can help us out. Yeah, yeah. And is AI an enemy or like an ally here? How
I
do
think the aim is for it to be an ally,
yeah,
especially because, for instance, with Alternate and probably with a lot of B2B content and marketing, these companies are so cross disciplinary that for instance, I know for me that I'm writing on many different people's expertise when my expertise is content.
yeah,
So ChatGPT can help me with this. For instance, recently we are creating articles that cover a lot of the regulatory needs, and we're across
Mhm.
the world. So this is a lot of countries. So for me, I've used ChatGPT to find the core basis and ask them to reference it or it to reference them. And then I've gone to one of our compliance team members, and she has gone through it and then selected which is correct, which isn't correct. And this is a a more smooth lined way of creating content, especially when you need to be factually correct.
Nice. So an ally. Nice. That's good to know. That's good to know because I noticed that so people are either excited or really like somehow scared about their job positions so that could be replaced
Yeah,
by this such a yeah. But it's
no, I completely understand, but just on that
yeah,
point, and then we can move on. I think that, it is an ally in the sense that there's just no creativity behind AI. It's taking in it's putting out what it's taken. So
yeah,
it's just data. It's never going to replace a human brain. So
Mhm.
understood. That's good. That's good to know. So yeah.
Actually, a question. There was a question from someone: which profession have you found to be the most in demand, and which profession can be given up? Exactly. Yeah. I think maybe customer support could be replaced by GPT chat, for example.
yeah.
And what is the maybe scientist is the one, or maybe AI engineer is the one that will grow in this era in the day during the nowadays. But what about like iGaming, B2B marketing? What is the hot job title in such an industry?
Uh, hot job title in terms of
Impossibilities and yeah.
no, I think marketing is one of the most trendy professions in the world at the moment. I think it's a lot about marketing, even for different companies, because this is the topic. How do you market your product to be recognizable, to be consumed, and it's a big work.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, it's along most IT professions. I think it's
Is the one.
yeah.
Totally understandable.
Mhm.
Yes, we can move forward
More
with the next
forward,
one.
yes. This is the channels, exactly what we wanted. We have discussed actually for B2B brand. So
Mm-hmm.
it's expo or events. On socials is LinkedIn and Twitter. Very important influencer marketing. So
Uh,
to
like
involve.
how does it work, influencer marketing for you? Like, do you have? I know that for B2C it's quite easy. Just go on TikTok, you try an hashtag, and then you find the right person. What about this industry?
It's very hard actually to find comparing to B2C, as you said, but still, we do a lot of collaboration with industry leaders, industry experts like famous people in the industry that everyone knows. So it's very good, also win-win situation for us and for them for co-PR, co-promotion.
Understood. And just a channel that came up into my mind just right now. What about like advertising on the TV or on radio, like the traditional media?
Ah, no, I don't think it's really for us. It's more for B2C, FMCG market. Here we will not, maybe for our customers, operators is a good channel, but for us, it's not.
Okay.
There were also some questions here.
Yes, indeed. What do you see the relevance of customer service for iGaming? This is the
Ah,
one.
so actually, I would say that Altenar has excellent 24/7 customer support. Is one of our key feature, kind of, and
Mm,
also our C levels participating in our customers' like requests and the issues. So it's very personalized. So
mhm,
I think customer service is one of the crucial, like or key for product to be good
mhm,
and for people to choose us as a provider.
mhm. What about media coverage then? Do you reach out to the media outlets? What do you do with this channel?
Yes, of course, we have a lot of media packages, like we sign contracts with media partners, we
Mhm,
choose them, we meet with them, we discuss, plan our media strategy for a year.
mhm,
We collaborate, we brainstorm and offer ideas how we can present our content. Ashley also maybe can add something on it.
Yeah, I think that we use a lot of our media partners quite well.
mhm,
We tend, especially around expos, because we're attending them pretty much all the way through the year. We
nice.
produce a lot of articles and then we push them out to our media partners, and then they will publish these in their respective geographical locations. And then usually we get quite a good response from this. It's something that we recently implemented this year, and so far it's worked well for us. And then also it allows us to position ourselves with other industry leaders, which we find is quite useful. So, people we might not have spoken to before or be in conversations with, we're able to discuss, the relevance of AI, for instance, or how the industry is going to change over time, especially with a mobile first approach now becoming more and more prevalent.
Great. And you said this. You use this figure of speech like relevant response. What do you mean by relevant response when it comes to media coverage? What is the metric that you look at when you're doing media coverage? And yeah, how can you measure it as well?
Like the key is the right message to the right person at the right time. So all
Well.
these, yeah, all these three like points have to be considered when we publish our PR. So we have to be choose the right time, the right message, and place it in the right media. Of course, we translate if it's a geographical publication and stuff. So that's how we can. Of course, there are measurements for each article. They have statistics
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that they send us. Mhm.
So you mentioned three variables like direct message. So that's pretty manageable. So because you're the one to write the message, the right person. Okay, you can find it. You have maybe your ICP, so this ideal customer profile. Then you move to the lead, so to the person. Um, Itself, and then you have the right time. So do you see some seasonality, like some waves during the year? And what do you mean exactly by at the right time?
Yes, for example, we are very dependent on the events, gaming events. So we try to do campaigns around big events and product releases for some events, for different markets. And of course, also time of the day is important,
Ah,
because like for Europe it's better to post in the morning, for Latam it's a bit different time, so we also have to consider that. And trends also, if you don't comment or you don't say anything, then it will pass and it will be too late. So also news, they have expiration date, let's say.
mhm. You have to be really aware of the situation worldwide, and yeah, okay, there is an event there, so we have to combine a press release with a product update maybe, and for that for that geographical region, like for example South America, because there is an event in Brazil, and then and so on and so on. It's like a lot of work, a lot of work. And mentioning media coverage, I would love to jump into this discussion, because indeed at PRNEWS.io, what do we do? Basically, we created this huge marketplace with 100, more than 100,000 of media outlets worldwide, and we do this. Indeed, we do media coverage, and we noticed that a lot, we have a lot of clients in gaming, because it's a hard industry, so it's really hard to promote your company in this industry. No advertising, because for no traditional advertising, like um, maybe LinkedIn advertising, or maybe Facebook advertising, because basically you have some restrictions. Then you have even some regional restrictions, specific policies. So it's really hard. And indeed, people, they come to us and they ask us, okay, we have this press release, we have this content, we need brand awareness, we need to get traffic, we need to build like an SEO campaign, link building campaign. And indeed, we decided to create recently, we decided to create like specific filters for this industry, like gambling, gaming, this kind of hard to sponsor industries. And yeah, that's something that we notice it. And well, usually, what is your approach with media coverage? So you mentioned like contracts with media outlets. Do you use some platforms for media coverage? Are you aware of those, or like Peer News, for example? Or do you work with directly with contributors maybe?
Yes, of course, we have different media partners and media platforms. And for video, sometimes we do like live videos from the events, video interviews. We do some video huddles, or
Mm-hmm.
very a lot, especially during COVID time. We did a lot of online content,
Mm-hmm.
replace
Understood.
the expo feeling kind of.
Yeah, expos, they were like quite to organize indeed. And speaking of problems and difficulties, here we have Joe from so on YouTube. What are the potential risks in iGaming? Maybe potential risk in sponsoring a company in this industry. What is that? Something that is quite difficult to manage.
There are, of course, risks in our company. We have even risk management team,
Mm-hmm.
special dedicated team that take care of all the risks. There were cases in the past with some problems with certain companies that they met. It was a huge scandal sometimes. Yes, but how do you manage risk? I think risk you can manage if you are prepared. If you did
Okay.
your job before, to if you consider all the things, if you did the checks with
Mm-hmm.
legal departments, with all the departments, and then your risk reduces. So for me, the more work done before, then less you have to worry later.
Mhm. Nice, 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 nice. That's uh, good. Yeah, good line. So, what do we have next?
So let's see. I think it was that's
Ah, the
it.
last one.
Yeah.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice, nice, nice. So we answered to a lot of questions from the people that are watching us. That's great. Do you want to add something else to what we've seen so far? What we covered?
I don't know. There was a question: how do you enhance your marketing game in 2023?
For example.
Shall try this. I think marketing game in 2023 has so many good technology and tools that we can use and help us daily. That it's
Mm-hmm.
make our work easier. We have a lot of data. We
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of tools to analyze data, and this is the main key for us to use this data and then make a decision on it.
Understood. Understood. Okay, so we covered every single topic that we had on our schedule. That's great. And so oh, we have another question. Maybe the last one. How do we approach as new vendors from LinkedIn? Hmm.
I think here you have to understand the problem or issue that your potential customer has, and
Mm-hmm.
then think about solutions that you can offer. And this idea can be presented in different formats. It can be white papers, it can be video, it can be absolutely different content.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you
Nice.
promote it or you target it.
Okay, so analyze the problems first and then figure out the solution and not the other way. Nice, 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 nice. That's great. So I guess we are ready to for the fun part of this webinar. The really, really, really fun part because so as we promised to all the people, we have a last question maybe and then from Natalia. Okay, do you use SEO for backlinks? Okay, you have a lot of content. Yeah, so I bet you're supposed to do that.
Like, Ashley, would you like to answer this one or?
I don't personally think that we use a lot of backlinks for SEO. That personally for us, I think, is a little bit of an outdated way of using SEO.
Mhm.
Um, Google is changing all the time. I think it changes every 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's mostly looking for original content. It doesn't want any repetitive sort of, it knows you put it through like Quillbot, for example.
Mhm.
It wants you to have original content and hit the keywords. That's it. I don't really necessarily think you need backlinking. It could potentially just be a waste of money for you on your.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. When Google changes the algorithm, it's always like, oh, what's about to happen? So yeah, maybe backlinks in this kind of industry is not like a good choice. Yeah. Thank you
I
for
think it
that.
depends. Like if you're a very small niche company, then maybe it's beneficial to you. But if you're a company in the iGaming industry, for instance, there are so many people Googling like iGaming, sports betting, sports book, that you really don't need backlinking to support your SEO.
Nice. You have to just position yourself with good content. You have to position your content like
Yeah.
up and up and up. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so a lot of a lot of content indeed. Yeah, a lot of news, a lot of information, so we can relax a bit and let's do this lottery, because as we promised it, with PRNEWS.io, we will select one winner, just one, from all the almost 300 people that attended, and yeah, that registered and attended to the webinars. So we have 292 people, and okay, let's select a winner. And what we'll get, what the winner will get. Basically, we will offer him or her a pro version of PRNEWS.io. Of course, we'll send an email, we will follow up, and but let's do it in a really fair way. So let me share the screen, my entire screen, and okay, let's go here. So we have uh 292 people, and let's select the winner, just a random number from a range to 1 to, okay, this is our ally. Okay, 174. Let me check who is the number 174. um I'm not gonna share the private information about this person. And let me go down. 174 is Dr. Katerina Hodgson from QG. Okay, Katerina, you're the winner. We will email you. No, pardon me. I see here Artem Serchak, right? Yeah, right. Artem Serchak. Okay, great. We'll send you an email, Artem, and yeah, you are the winner of this gift from PRNEWS.io. So great. It was really nice having you here, and yeah, good luck with the next expos, events, uh, media coverage. Yes, so that was really great. A lot of information, and yeah, from experts in the market and in the industry. Yeah, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much.
And
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
see you soon on LinkedIn. Let's keep in touch. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.